angel saying, don't be afraid, and then God's there saying, I got this. I got this. These fears are real. You know, you're in the hospital, Randy, or Karen. She's not here to hear that, but you're scared even after you come out of recovery and you know what's going on and there's complications and things are happening and you've read the list of everything that can go wrong and it's like, oh man, what's going to happen today? Those are legitimate fears. Medical stuff happens. It doesn't always go the way we want it to. Sometimes our job situation doesn't always go the way we want it to. It's a legitimate fear. I mean, you've got to pay the bills. You've got to feed the family. You've got to do something. But I think because Jesus said so many times, don't be afraid, he knew we were going to have struggles with that. We apparently have a shared weakness. Different things, but we're susceptible to fear. And so he tells us again and again and again, don't listen to the devil. Listen to me. I've got this. I've got this. We are enough. We've got to get that through our heads. And I forget that on a daily basis. And I lack confidence, or I have doubt, or I'm nervous or scared about something. But I'm enough. I am enough. And how do I base that? What do you base your faith on? How do you not get afraid every time something bad happens? And one thing I do is I read the Bible. And I look at all of those times, all of those scary situations where it looked pretty dismal. It did not look good. And yet, God, as part of his plan, came in and he was in control and he took care of that situation. And you might think, well, yeah, but that was in the Bible. It's a storybook and it was, hundreds, thousands of years ago and good story yet. But think about some of the things that have happened in your life. That's when it becomes real for me. And when August was in the hospital, I prayed a lot. Because I was scared. And you know what? I don't care if God healed August, or if the doctors did it, or God let the doctors do it. I don't care. I'm a happy grandpa because the kid's good now. Who cares? But I'm happy to thank the doctors, and I did. And the nurses that took care of him, but I thank God too. I've been afraid for work, not just this current situation I'm in, and I'm not even crying about that. I feel like God's got this, and that's why I have peace about it. But I've had work situations in the past too that I've been really afraid of. And I didn't know how it was going to work out. And just like the Israelites, I panic and get scared and do something stupid. And then I'd realize how stupid whatever I did was. And I'd come back and I'd ask for forgiveness from God for that. And I'd say, I'm sorry, I did not have faith. I did not have confidence. I lost sight of what you told me to do. And never one time after that happened did God say, good job, Ed. I appreciate you apologizing to me. And here's a great job, paying more than the last one. That's never happened. Some people think that's the way it's supposed to happen. You read a Bible story and you think, wow, they ended up being better off after they screwed up than before. That hasn't happened in my life. God's always got me another job, and I'm going to give him the credit for it, whether he did it or not, but I think he did. Because I can see how he put me in different places at just the right times to do what he wanted me to do. but he never gave me a better paying job than the one I just lost. So my expectation this time is maybe that's not going to happen that way again. Maybe I'm going to get another job, but it won't pay as well as the last one. I'm okay with that. Because when I read the promises of God saying, don't be afraid, I'm going to take care of you, I've got this. Nowhere in the Bible do I read where he says, I'm going to give you a pile of money, Ed. I'm going to make you be healthy for the rest of your life, Ed. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. He does not say that. He just says, don't be afraid. I'm in control. I'll take care of you. And I think one of the texts that really is key to this is, and we've talked about this in our 10 o'clock Bible study too, but my timing and God's timing, completely different. Travis and I were joking one time as we were kind of praying before church service started that, God told these guys before he left, again, don't be afraid, don't worry, I'm in control, I got this. I'm going to come back quickly. He said that 2,000 years ago. I'm going to come back quickly. I'm thinking, what do you mean by quick? I'm ready. I was ready a long time ago. My great-great-grandparents were probably ready. God's timing is way different than mine. And what he looks at is way different than me too. He wants me forever. He doesn't just want me for my 70, 80, 90, 100 years on this earth. He wants me forever. And so he's looking at things differently than I'm looking at. And so when he says, I've got this, Ed, I'm in control, I'm going to take care of you, he's talking about me spiritually, not always my refrigerator or my checkbook or what's sitting in my garage or my grandkids or my kids. And that sometimes is hard for me because I don't like to see anybody hurting. But I've got to believe that God's got it. He has never, one single time ever in my 40 or 57 years, 47 years, I wish. In my 57 years, he has never let me down, ever one time, no matter how many times I screw up. And that gives me faith. And I hope it does you too. I don't want this to be a negative sermon. Fear is a scary thing, but look at your life. No matter how bad things might be today, right now, everybody in this room can probably look back over the years that they've been alive and see where they've been blessed. Some more than others, okay, that's fair. But we've all been blessed. And I thank God for those blessings. I'm going to give him credit for it every time. And yeah, I might be able to do a couple of good things once in a while, but I'd rather give him the credit for all of that than take the credit for anything. So I hope you're encouraged. Have faith. God's in charge. Even when I mess up, he's got this. He's going to take care of us. Because he wants to live with us forever. Forever. That's what he's about. So a couple of the things, you guys can come back up if you want to. A couple of things that